On today's episode of Nails and Yap, we're chatting about something I think every beauty pro struggles with, burnout and boundaries. So today I'm joined with Studio Kiki. Not only does she do amazing nails, but she is shit hot on her boundaries. So hi, how are you?
Hello, all right.
And how are you feeling today? Are we burnt out currently? Are we all right? Or are we in the middle?
I'm actually okay because I'm actually giving myself my holiday off. So this is my first day in since last Friday and it's now Tuesday. So I've actually had some nice time off.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same. I worked yesterday because I had no boundaries. But, you know, like I am also trying to work mine all around my wedding. So I'm missing loads of Saturdays. So I'm trying to like catch up with myself, which isn't great for burnout on the boundaries, but is great for...
Sometimes it's just balancing.
Yeah.
You have to...
You have no choice, do you?
Have to do what's right at the time.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Welcome to Nails and Yap, the podcast where I do people's nails and we have a good old natter. I'm Laura, I'm a nail tech, and after years of hearing the funniest, deepest, and most random chats, I thought, why not turn it into a podcast? Whether you're a fellow nail tech, a client who loves a good catch-up, or someone who's just nosy about the beauty world, you're in the right place. So to start off, I just wanted to chat a little bit about boundaries, why we need them, why we're so important, what they mean to you, what they mean to me, and kind of dissect that a little bit before we go into how we set them. So for you, do you find it quite easy to fall into burnout in this industry?
Absolutely. It's taken me 4 years to finally get on my feet and actually go, no, boundaries is something we really need as nail tech.
You need them. Yeah, I think it's really easy when you start as well and you're a beginner to just sort of want to do everything all the time to everyone, and you just want to get that experience.
As well, when I first started, I literally had people come up to my house any time of the day, all the time. There was no set routine. First someone would message me saying nails, and I'd go, when do you want? And I'd just do it. And it was,
yes.
It was the fear of like not having the clients at the start and just wanting to practice.
Yeah, I think that's something everyone goes through, isn't it? Like, it's so easy to do, but it is good to get boundaries and, get practice in place. But after a bit, like you say, you do sort of step back and go, whoa, I'm really tired, I'm really stressed, and I'm not enjoying it as much anymore. So what needs to give? How do you find you recognised, because I know you have suffered with burnout before, haven't you?
Yes.
How did that, what are the signs for you? How do you recognise it sort of starting to creep in?
And a lot of just struggle when clients ask me, who always ask me, like, I can take control of the design. I just go, I have no idea. You're just going to have to give me something. Like, my brain just stops working.
So it's that sort of creative side you find.
Yeah, it's just, and I'm so tired all the time that I end up just coming to work and then not doing anything. And a lot of when it's like, no, I just need to completely shut down. And then it's not a good life-work balance at all.
Yeah, so sort of rather than getting home from work and then thinking, oh, I am going to go to cinema tonight, or shall we go out to eat, or shall I catch up with my friend on the phone? All you want to do is just switch off. What's the word? Bed rot.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Love them days rotting.
But I've not experienced full burnout because I've obviously been doing this a shorter time than you. But I think it is quite easy to find yourself getting into sort of burnout-y patterns where, like you say, you are more tired. It's that more physical exhaustion for me. I don't find things like the talking too hard. I can keep talking. That's absolutely fine. 'Cause I know at Christmas, sometimes some nail techs, when it's the super busy Christmas period, they sort of end up not being able to speak much. But for me, it's not that tired. It's more the physical side. I find my back is aching more. I find that I am just tired.
But it's also realising when you're working that much as well, it's hard for us not to think about like why we're not booking ourselves in for massages and using that time.
I've never booked a massage since I've started doing nails. Like,
oh my God, you need to.
I need to start doing it monthly, don't I? Every month.
Like, I notice the difference completely when I take that time out. But now I don't feel guilty, whereas before I'd go, I don't have time to book it in. Now I'm like, no.
Now you've carved out the time.
I'm like, no, it's fine. That's still part of like my working day is I need to look after my body. I'll go get to edge.
Can't you expense it back as well, a massage?
Say that again, sorry?
Can't you expense a massage back?
Yeah.
Like, you can put it through the business, can't you?
Yeah.
Like,
it's for your business to make sure that you can actually work.
Yeah. I think for me as well, one of the things about burnout creeping in is that it is all linked to your health, isn't it? Like you say, and it's when that creeps in, it's not just about protecting your time, it's literally your health. And if you don't get on top of it, you won't be able to work.
This is something what made me change my boundaries completely is that last year I really struggled with my health. But then I couldn't work all the time because I felt so run down.
Yeah, so it's like it forced you to set boundaries. It's a shame really, isn't it, that sometimes it does take like a bit of a health scare for your health to worsen, for you to actually listen to your body. And I think it's really good if as a nail tech you can almost get ahead of it. So for like me, I've never experienced like super burnout yet. So I almost now need to start being like, right, what boundaries do I need to put in place now so that I can avoid crashing and burning at some point? Because I think it's inevitable. If you go at 1,000,000 miles an hour, you don't have set working hours and you just are running on empty, you're going to crash, aren't you?
It's also working out what boundaries you need and not just copying other nail techs in the industry. Because what you need might be different to the next nail tech. So you need to listen to yourself and your own body.
Yeah.
Not
that is so true, actually.
Just what everyone else is doing. And I think it's just like social media. There's so much like pressure. You're visually seeing all the time what all the nail techs are doing, but you need something for yourself. So whereas like I get it all the time, whereas like if I've got time off and I will open my diary up on the Monday, online people might say that's not keeping your boundaries. But for me, that works for me. And my clients know that I wouldn't do it if I didn't want to do it now.
Yeah, I think that's key, isn't it? Because I've had clients before like say, oh, are you working the bank holiday when I've worked bank holiday? And I'm like, if I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't be. So don't worry about it. Like, don't you feel guilty about coming to me for services? Because if the hours are open, it's because I want to work those hours. So obviously I mentioned in the intro, but you are amazing at setting boundaries. Do you want to chat through some of those boundaries that you have implemented? I know this year more than any year you've sort of really focused, haven't you, on being stricter with yourself and clients about those boundaries. So what are they? How do you implement them? And how have you found the response to those be?
The first one is turning my messages off on Instagram. So I don't get any notifications from my work Instagram account after 7 p.m. Some days I do work till 7 p.m. and then, so I don't mind it being that late. But then my clients know I'm not going to reply to them till my working hours. So if they message me on a weekend, I openly say I'm not going to reply till Tuesday when I'm back in work.
Yeah.
And people have really respected it and then realised they wouldn't want to reply to work emails at the weekend, so why should we?
Just tell us last night.
We're on Instagram. It's still work at the end of the day, and I don't want to be thinking about that when I'm spending time with like my friends and family at the weekend.
Yeah, and that's so valid. I think when you work in beauty, it's so easy to blur those lines because clients do become you on friendly terms. They know about your life, you know about their life. You do still have to sort of remember it is a job, it is work, and you do need to have a break from it.
So there's other stuff like, this is really new to me, but I've started, if it's bank holiday weekend, I will have the Saturday off because everyone comes in really excited about being bank holiday, but I don't work Mondays anyway, so I don't experience the bank holiday feeling.
Yeah.
So now I'm giving myself off the Saturday. So like this weekend, I've managed to have a 3-day weekend, just like most other people, and actually relax and still do stuff.
And do you feel refreshed now coming into the new week?
Yeah, I'm really excited for my next client's nails because I've not done nails for a few days, so I'm excited to do it again.
I think that's it, isn't it? It's like by preventing burnout, you keep the excitement alive because we all got into this job for a reason because we love to do nails and we love being around people and making people feel good about themselves. And I think if you do set after set after set after set without a break for yourself, it can feel a bit conveyor belt and you want to feel energized. And like you said earlier, if people ask you for ideas, you want to be brilliant with them, not going, I can't think straight, I don't know, can you just get plain colour, please?
Well, I think that's more just having the time off, giving yourself a lunch break.
Oh, massively. I always try and give myself a lunch break.
You can come in and do like 9-10 hour days. And if you've only given yourself a 15-minute break in between,
it's not enough, is it? Like
a client, that's not long enough all day. So at the moment, I'm giving myself an hour, going for a walk, getting a coffee, making sure I leave the salon and not just sit there. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm sat there for far too long.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm really guilty where I'll give myself a lunch break, but then I'll sit on my phone replying to client messages in that time. Whereas really, I should be going out, getting a bit of fresh air, enjoying if it's nice weather like today. And I just don't always. And again, I don't always see the messages as work, so I'll sit and do it. But it's like, oh, actually, just because you're not sat at your nail desk, you're still working then. One thing I've noticed you do, I think I spotted it last night actually on your Instagram, you'd put that you've got annual leave coming up. And I thought that was really interesting because just that different terminology, rather than saying like I'm going on my holidays or I'm having time off, it was like annual leave, and it sounds a bit more serious.
Yeah, I think people just relate to it more because they will take annual leave from their jobs and they understand what it means. You're not going to think about work whatsoever. So if I say that, it kind of gives that message out saying, yeah, I'm not going to think about work. I'll be back when I'm back, and then we'll get back to business.
Yeah, I think that's a great way of looking at it. Because like you say, if you're just like, oh, I'm off on my holidays, I'm going away for a bit, it does give the idea that like you might be replying something.
You say that to like a friend. The problem I think with our industry is that you're so close to your clients.
Yeah.
The lines are very blurred between client and friend.
So blurred. And it's the best in some ways, but then when it comes to boundaries, that's when it can really impact, can't it? So for me, I'd say the boundaries that I'm quite good at is setting a deposit. That's a non-negotiable. I don't accept a client without a deposit because it's just all done through the booking system. Having a booking system in itself, I think that just avoids more messages back and forth. And then setting the deposit just sets that expectation as well with clients. So you get less people who are going to mess you around. And that in and of itself for me is a boundary. Like my boundary is no clients are going to take this. So by setting a deposit, I think you filter out people who would maybe book something and they think, oh, I might come to that, might not. They've got a financial commitment, they're going to turn off. So for me, and I think that's sort of a respect thing as well. But
I was going to say it's a massive respect. Like they know they should respect your time and your creativity and your talent. Then just expect you to just do what they want on their terms.
Yeah.
It's respect both ways because the nail tech wants to give the best to the client.
Okay.
Same as the client should want the nail tech to give them the best.
So I'm definitely not where you are in your journey with setting boundaries yet. Like there are times where I'll book, for example, in a few weeks, I've got my hen do going up, and I had decided I was just going to work this Saturday morning so that I could do my own nails ready for the hen do setting off the next day. And then yesterday, to be fair, it is my mother-in-law, so that again blurs the lines, but she really needed them doing for the hen do, and I was like, okay, fine. And then now I'm working till like 5 p.m. on that Saturday when I'd promised myself I wasn't going to. So I definitely do need to get stricter with myself.
I think it's a lot harder with family. I will say family and friends are probably the hardest clients to do.
Yeah, for many reasons.
But I think as well, whereas they love the work you do, they don't respect the boundaries as much as your normal clients because they say, we're family.
Yeah, and I think it's different if they sort of coming to your workplace, then it's maybe a bit different. But I know for me, when I used to go to their house, it was almost like I'm hanging out with them at the same time. So it's like, oh, you do my nails, but like we're also just having a hang out at the weekend. So again, it feels less like work, doesn't it? But now that my stuff's in the salon rather than mobile, I find it easy to set that boundary of
that massively helped me as well.
You have to come here. I'm not just doing them on a Saturday night because we're hanging out.
And trying to do it in your opening hours.
Yeah.
Every evening, every Sunday when you don't work.
How do you deal with sort of any guilt associated with setting boundaries? Did you find you had guilt when you first started implementing them? Did any clients make you feel guilty?
I still have guilt 100% when I'm setting the boundaries. It's actually my clients. I'm very aware. I'm so lucky my clients are absolute babes. But they tell me off when they realise I'm coming in outside of my working hours or doing the extra. They tell me off again.
Stop that.
Stop it. So the guilt is real. But it's something you just have to move past. You need to remember it's a business at the end of the day. It's not your whole life.
I agree. And I think for me, sort of my boundaries are very much in the deposits. My boundaries are in like the nail art tiers and things like that. I'll always try and say, that's not within that category. We might have time, we might not. Therefore, it'll be X amount extra rather than sort of just ignoring the fact that they've had something that costs more and just doing it anyway at the same price. I'm really good at that sort of thing. I'm less good at the squeezing someone else in. That will come with time. I think for me, because I'm still trying to build my business, I'm still in the stage mentally where any client is great and I need to curb it a little bit and be focusing on attracting the daytime clients rather than just taking on more in the evening. But I think like what you said earlier about the, different nail tech boundaries being different. For me, I would rather have a late start and like get up, go to the gym, have a really slow morning and then come in and stay here till 9 p.m. than be like, I'm working 9 until 4 and that's me done. I don't mind working a Saturday. I did my birthday the other week. I didn't mind that. But what I absolutely want them ever is like coming at 7 a.m. Like I'm not a morning gal. So
that's why I really enjoy my 12 starts.
Yeah.
For exactly what you said. You go to the gym, you do your errands. It's great having to do errands when everyone else is at work and at school. Like when it gets to some holidays, hate it.
Yeah, I think it's quite interesting what you're saying about your clients being the ones pushing you to set boundaries. I think good clients respect boundaries because they appreciate that it's a proper business.
The other thing, a lot of my clients now, they've been with me for like 3 years, a lot of them. Or from the start, it's been 4 years, and they've seen me burn out and they've seen how it's affected me. They want me to be better.
Yeah, they sort of see the bad habits creeping back and are like, stop that girl.
And a lot of them have become friends as well as clients. So it's really good. Like they will openly talk about them boundaries with me and say, no, you take a step back.
Yeah.
Like, are you sure you want to do that? And then that makes me think, what you would do? I think I'm still in the mindset of, I need the clients, I need the money, I need to make this business work. When in reality, you need the boundaries to make your business work.
Yeah, you need them. And to be honest, I think personally, any clients that sort of would be put off by the boundaries, they're not aligned with your business anyway. They're not for you. They're not your clients. Like there's another nail tech who they'll be the perfect clients for, but if they have a problem with boundaries, then cool, make space for somebody who doesn't have a problem with boundaries.
So do you say that? Because you also have to think as well, we're not the nail tech for everyone. We need to remind ourselves that.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Pushes your boundaries. But we step in our boundaries and say, actually, I don't think I'm a nail tech for you. You're better suited to someone else, because you don't want the stress of that client
ruining your week.
Like you shouldn't have to come into work and think, oh my God, that person's coming in today.
Yeah.
And going, what are they going to make me do, which I don't want to do?
Yeah, that's true actually, because when I think boundaries, I think things like my working hours, I think things about like messages, that sort of thing, not taking enough holiday, annual leave, shall we say. I actually really love the use of that. But actually, it could also be clients who push your boundaries in the sense of you really don't feel comfortable doing a certain design, or, I've followed nail techs in the past, and I remember I can't remember who it was, but somebody had said they just don't like doing nail art. It's not their thing. Their thing was like a really neat, perfect, plain gel colour. They did a lot of neutrals, a lot of reds, a lot of like bright blues. That's what they love and that's what they're passionate about. And they put a post out saying, I will only be doing these from going forward, the simple sort of plain colour, like one colour manicures. If you want wild nail art, I'm not one nail tech. I understand, but I'm not for you. And I think for her, that was because it just stressed her out. She didn't enjoy doing it. It wasn't the kind of thing she wanted to post pictures of. She didn't want to get more of it. It just wasn't what she wanted to promote herself doing.
That's what we need to remember. Like, we're not a nail tech for every person. And
it's a gorgeous colour. No, we're not. And I think if you try to be the nail tech for everyone, that's when you can end up resenting the job, because you're trying to fit yourself into a what's that thing? Square peg round holes.
What?
Have you not heard that? It's I think it's something about like if you're a square peg, don't try and fit yourself into a round hole, because you'll never
heard of it.
You never heard that phrase? Maybe I've made it up.
Is that an Oldham thing?
It could be, but I think it might be me making up sayings. I swear it's real though. I'm gonna Google it after this. But yeah, I think you don't want to sort of let your boundaries be pushed constantly, because that's the kind of thing that will lead to you resenting your job.
And complete burnout when you'll be no good at anything.
Yeah, you'll be no good for anyone. And that's the other thing. I know we do worry and feel guilty about setting boundaries, because we do think, I need to take the clients, I want the income, etc. But if you completely burn out and you can't work, like you won't have any income at all. So it's better to lose out on sort of one person who doesn't align with your boundaries than not get any clients and being able to work because you made yourself sick. So have you noticed that your work's got better since you started to set stronger boundaries?
Yeah, it's more time to think of ideas and then actually what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Execute the ideas. Because I know for you ask all your clients to send the nail art inspo beforehand, don't you?
Yeah, because I find I want to give the client the most out of their appointment. If they turn up and they go, I don't know what I want, and then spend 10-15 minutes looking on Instagram or Pinterest or whatever they do to find an inspo, it takes up a massive chunk of their appointment. I think a lot of it is you've just got to be really, really honest with your clients. So if there's something you're not comfortable with, just say, never done that before. Are you happy for me to try it on you?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to trial it before your appointment? And that's why I ask the inspo before.
Yeah.
I get an idea of like how my day's going to go. I can make sure I've got everything. Because if you just turn up and then you want like loads of jewels and
Extra stuff. Yeah.
But if you tell me in advance, I could possibly get it in, and the clients know I won't get it in exactly for the next appointment. But when I do an order of supplies, I know there's a want for that kind of products.
Yeah, see, that's interesting, just that, you're not going to do a special order just because of one request, but you are going to factor it in. Because, again, for me, sometimes I'd be like, oh, I'll order it immediately because you want it right now. And actually, yeah.
But then that's not good business practice.
It's not, yeah.
And that's not good for the business. You're just spending and spending.
Yeah.
That one client.
Loads of postage. Like, I don't ask for the inspiration up front. And the reason I don't ask for it up front is because I personally would find that an extra admin task that would stress me out, because I would forget to chase people on it. Or are you like, if you don't send it, then that's on you kind of vibe? Do you chase people for the inspo?
No, I never chase people. If they turn up and they've got a design which is would need more time than they've got allocated, I will openly say we won't be able to fit that in today. We could possibly do it on 1 or 2 nails, but we wouldn't be able to do a full set in that design.
See, that's the kind of thing I do anyway, because all my clients come with their design. Everybody is like pretty good now. They've learned the nail art tiers, and I recently shared some posts on Instagram and pinned them to the top of my page that sort of explain the different tiers, and that's definitely helped as well. But yeah, for me, I don't ask for the nail art inspiration up front, because I think I'd forget to look at it, and then it would be another task for me. So I would personally find that quite stressful, but I completely get why it's beneficial, and some people do it.
I do it, but my clients are also aware I will not reply. So they also
learn the inspo, but you're not then going in a back and forth about, like, love that.
I will literally just like it. I won't say anything.
Yeah.
If there's a problem, I will reply. Like, if they need something and I don't have it in, I will reply, really sorry, don't have that. I'll pop it on my list of like shopping supplies I need to buy
for another point, but I'm not getting it for your next point.
Then it saves when they get to the appointment, they're not spending 10, 15 minutes looking for something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll know. I say it all the time, if they see something coming up, just send it me. I won't reply. I think that's the benefit. I don't have my notifications on. Realistically, I should probably have a work phone, and then it's completely separate.
Yeah.
That's one thing I have considered.
For me, I've sort of accidentally doing that because my phone camera has got ruined. So I'm now using my iPhone 12 again. And I was thinking the other day, what I need to do really is clear it of any other apps and just keep on like Instagram, CapCut, anything for editing and social media, and then like freshen my booking system. And then that's it. And just use it for photographs and nothing else, which would be really good at implementing boundaries. But that's not kind of the reason I thought about it. But yeah, I think a work phone's a really good idea to keep that work-life balance separate. So if someone was listening or watching to this and they are really bad at setting boundaries and they want to make that first step and implement a few, what would your advice to be for them to make that initial leap into being a good boundary queen?
Work out what are your values, what works for you, what works around your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's suited to you. Do not compare other nail techs whatsoever, because I think that's the comparison is the problem. We sit down and think, what do I need out of my day-to-day schedule? What does the business need? Work out what you need as an individual.
Yeah, that's an interesting take, I think, because it's so easy to go online and read posts that are like 5 boundaries you need to set, and it would be, for example, set specific working hours, but then for somebody else who really values flexibility, and then they don't want that, so to them that's useless, isn't it? Like,
yeah, like mums need the flexibility.
Yeah,
so like if you're a nail tech who is a mum, you need flexible working hours. So you set in them, I'm going to work 9 till 5 Monday to Friday
every single day, because that's not going to work in the school holidays for you if you then need to adjust your diary. So for you, being super rigid might cause more stress, because suddenly you're then trying to make your clients fit a schedule that doesn't fit your life. So yeah, it is, isn't it?
And I think it's also recognizing if your needs change, you're okay to change your boundaries.
Yeah, I think for me, if anyone sort of listening and thinking they want to implement boundaries, it's just do it, because it seems scary, but your clients will care.
Be unapologetic.
Yeah.
Like, these are my boundaries. This is what I need to run my business.
And isn't it crazy? Do you find if you adapt your working hours, your clients will find a way to take a sneaky longer lunch or to bring the laptop and wiggle a mouse, and they will slot in with you, and you kind of get scared to implement different boundaries, whether it's working hours, whether it's booking system, whatever. But actually, if you're like, this is how this is working now, I think as long as you explain it to people so they understand, like when I set up my booking system, I got a few questions about that. But then as soon as I was like, this is how you do it, this is how you set it up online, this is the link you need to click, people are like, okay, cool, that's how I book in.
Yeah, it just becomes the new normal. If you change it, people will adapt.
Yeah.
Just like you're adapting every day.
Oh, massively.
So,
yeah.
I think you have confidence to do it. And it's like the worry of like, we're wanting to make this work. What if it doesn't work? But it always does work.
Yeah, it always does work. And ultimately, any boundaries you set, like, you know, you've not like got it tattooed on you that's like, this is how things work. Not
all the time.
If you don't like it, like, you could try implementing a booking system. You've always been pen and paper. You implement the booking system and you're like, actually, I don't like it at all. It's causing me more stress. I don't know which one to choose, or my clients are having tech issues, or, you know, it's just not working for me. Just go back to how you were doing it before. Like, it's not set in stone, is it? So if you could list a few sort of quick fire suggestions of boundaries that could be implemented, what would that be?
Give yourself annual leave.
Yeah. Give yourself top three. Go on, top three.
Pressure. I need a minute to think about this.
Okay. Shall I do mine?
Yes.
Also, I haven't thought about mine, but I will do. I think booking link instead of DMs.
100%. Yeah.
100%. It just reduces your time back and forth. So you can set that clear boundary, like you don't reply after 7 p.m, you don't even get the notifications. You don't need to reply, because if anybody wants an appointment, they can still book it.
And I think also as well, your regular clients, I sometimes still get messages saying, do you have this availability? And my reply is just straight, can you look on the booking system?
Yeah.
During the wait list.
Yeah.
Don't have that back and forth conversation, because it would blur the boundaries.
Yeah, massively.
But you have a booking system in place, so use it.
Yeah, so use it.
Keep to them boundaries.
Yeah, I think the booking system is a big one for me. I couldn't run my business without one, because and there's so many people, and I'm one of them, who you get home late from work, or you got in from a night out, you think, oh, do you know what? I might book this beauty service. I love going on someone's page, clicking a booking link and seeing what appointments they've got. I don't want the back and forth as a client, and I don't want it as a tech, and I think it makes everyone's life easier. So yeah, I'd say booking time off before you need it. Try and get those like chunks of annual leave in throughout the year without sort of just, I think when you're self-employed, it's really easy to not book any off, because you know, you've not got an employer saying you need to get your holidays booked in this year, use them before December or lose them. You just kind of, you've got to do it. So I think try and get them booked in before you feel really burnt out, because, you know, if you let your body get to the point where you're super burnt out and then you've got a full diary 2 months, you can't have a break, it's like, well. And I would say my third one would be that rest is productive. So you don't need to earn your rest. Like, you're allowed to have a rest and enjoy it, and that will help.
And don't feel guilty for it.
Yeah, don't
feel guilty for having that time off. You're allowed that time off. Everyone's allowed to rest.
But it's tricky, isn't it? 'Cause when you work in a service industry, you can, I don't know about you, like, I'm guilty of almost acting like a robot myself. And it's like, no, you are human. You're not just a service provider. You are a person. You need rest.
Yeah, mine would probably be very similar to yours. Yeah. And it is literally, give yourself some annual leave. Make sure you factor that in.
Yeah.
Think about, do it every few months. Like, don't even think, oh, can't have it off in December because it'll be the busiest.
Yeah.
Every Christmas I will have off in between Christmas and New Year.
Oh, every time.
Before Christmas is manic. Yeah. So I know now, and at first, I've only done this for the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. My clients adjusted. Everyone's fine. Everyone still had an appointment.
Nobody really even asks me for the time in between, because one, it's not on booking system, so it's not available, and I don't suggest it in person if we like rebooking it in person. But two, like, the criminal limbo, everyone wants to enjoy it themselves. Can you imagine, like, you stuffed from Christmas dinner, you're just relaxing, and it's like, oh God, I've got my nail appointment at 10. But what? Like, your Christmas nails will last till New Year. And if you're worried, just don't get like a Santa on your nails. Like, Yeah, get like a black.
The worst type of Christmas nails for me. Don't ask me for a Santa.
That's your boundary. No,
not. I don't think I did one Santa last year because, and the clients that wanted the Santa nails, who've had it in previous years, and I was like, "Are you sure about that?" They came back and went, "You were right.
Yeah, don't want
Santa in January."
Yeah,
so don't get it.
Yeah, don't get it. I think that's it about boundaries as well. It's like, advise your clients, you're the expert, and position yourself as that, and they'll respect that. So, you know, if you don't want to do something else in January, don't, because they'll get it. And then it's like, you know what, you're all right. You will,
and don't be scared to say it.
Yeah, don't be scared to say it.
If you want it, you're allowed to have it. You're paying for this service.
Yeah.
And just, as a professional, going, think about this. Same as Halloween, same with Easter, same with Valentine's Day, every occasion.
Yeah.
Remember, your nails are on for like 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, if someone's about to go on holiday, like prom can have a tendency to chip at time. And so it's like, maybe not when you're going on a long holiday, you're not booked in for 4 weeks, you're going to be using loads of sun cream, you're not going to be oiling cuticles, you're just not going to be doing it.
Bridal nails as well.
Yes.
So I get a lot of clients who are getting married in the lead up, and they'll say, keep the length, because they want the length for the wedding nails. And I have to say, how long between your appointment from your pre-wedding nails to your wedding nails? And if it is like 3-4 weeks, I say, go a bit shorter now. It will be back at this length.
It will grow back.
And there's less chance of them breaking because they're so long. Clients won't see that, but we work with it every single day. So we know.
Yeah, and I think people do appreciate that advice. So yeah, I think that's another boundary really. Like, say no to clients. Like, and not in a difficult way, but in a professional giving advice, because
just giving information.
Yeah, clients don't know what they don't know. So, and for me, I'd much rather, when I'm getting a service done, if I'm asking something that doesn't suit my lifestyle or doesn't suit my occasion, or like that, for example, have you thought that they might break in the meantime if you go too long on these nails? I would much rather be like, oh yeah, cool, thanks for telling me that. Or
no,
that colour won't suit your hair. Great, thanks.
A glitter.
Yeah.
If your nails are going a bit longer than you'd like to, put glitter on. Glitter makes my clients' nails last so much longer than normal.
You find that? Just the extra sort of layer.
Yeah, I don't know what it's about it,
but I just like cement.
Always does it, and it's like you get a longer time between appointments, but you still want the length. Stick a glitter on that. Crumble chip.
Yeah.
Be very open. Cream looks stunning.
Looks gorgeous.
But it's not sustainable.
No. Same with pearls on bridal nails. Like, I've got some gorgeous, here, they're like gorgeous little pearls, but then they're not actual pearls, are they? They're literally plastic balls coated in a coating of some sort that looks pearly. If you're anything like me, you like to rub it when you've got like any sort of 3D element. If you get that done a week before your wedding, even 3 days before your wedding, they will look like white plastic balls for the wedding day. Like, you can only have them as bright if you get them the day.
A client last week, she was contemplating having pearls.
Yeah.
For her wedding nails, but she's going on like not a honeymoon, like, is it a mini moon you call it after your wedding?
Yeah, a little moon.
Right. And I literally said to her, I was like, they won't look like pearls by the time you get on your mini moon.
Yeah.
And she went up against it in the end because she wanted them to be like perfect bridal still.
Yeah.
So it's informing the clients.
Yeah, it's that
they don't. No, they see Instagram and they see Pinterest and they see editorial nails
and AI nails that are everywhere right now.
We can't escape.
No. But yeah, no, it is. It's informing them, isn't it? And I think that's a good boundary, because I'm trying to get hot at the minute at if a client's asking for shape that doesn't suit their lifestyle, saying no in the nicest way. That's not going to work for you. Or if they come in and they need a hard gel because they've got the extra length and the nail, like the builder's gel is not going to support it any longer. And they're going, oh, I don't know about hard gel. I've heard you can't soak it off. I'm not 100% on it. I'm like, well, this is what your nails need. In the politest way, I'm here to advise you. And
it's advising over the trends.
Yeah.
Like, the app has become a trend.
Yeah.
And everyone assumes every builder is a BL.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that. It's educating the client to go, actually, there's loads of different options to see.
Yeah.
And it's making sure your client's happy with what's available to them, and they just know what they've got on the nails.
Yeah, I would never sort of put anything on, like, put a hard gel on and let them think it was builder, because that's a nightmare for another nail tech. They have to then try and sit and soak it off, and it's But yeah, I will always be sort of trying to advise and educate, and I think that is a good boundary to have as well. I'm not going to just do exactly what the client asks of me because they're the client. Like, I'm going to actually value my expertise, my experience and like push that on. Take the info, have it. If you're asking me to do something that's not safe, it's not going to work for you. I'm not doing it. Like it's not happening. Sorry. If you want that, go to a shop.
So yes, stick to your boundaries.
Stick to your boundaries.
But also look into your boundaries every so often and make sure it's still working.
Yeah.
If it's not working, change it.
And I think there's also ways of sort of communicating your boundaries. You know, there's ways of saying, this is my booking system, this is how you book in, that aren't, oh my God, I can't believe you DM'd me. Like, I clearly have a booking link. What are you playing at? You idiot. Like, obviously would never say that, but, you know, all think that. But I think there's ways of sort of getting your point across as well. And sometimes I do sometimes see beauty professionals where it swings a little bit the other way and they're so hot on the boundaries, it can come across very, very low. But for me, I personally am sort of like, as long as I'm saying it in a polite, professional way, and I'm just informing the client, whether that be about our booking system, whether it be about the length of the nails, whether it be about my working hours, I'm just going to fit into that, I don't know.
They'll adapt.
I think to recap, burnout isn't a badge of honour. Nobody's going to admire you because you burnt yourself out and you couldn't work. Stick to boundaries. It's super important. And it's not selfish. It's necessary. You have to do it to look after your health. Thank you so much for your wise words and your honest conversation. And if this resonated with anybody, please give us a follow, give us a like, and drop a message. So, Kiki, where can everybody find you if they want to see more of your great work?
My Instagram is Studio Kiki MCR.
Yep.
You have TikTok? Are you into TikTok? That's why I was hesitant. I'm on TikTok. I need to start posting more on TikTok. But one of my boundaries is trying not to be online all the time. So whereas I have TikTok and I don't really post much on it, but I'm there for the inspo.
I'm there for the vibes, but I'm not going to be posting every day.
Yeah.
That's fair. Strong
But Instagram is my main.
Where you are.
And then you booked in via pressure.
Thank you very much. Oh, and we've had the app. Can you show the camera your nails, please? So we went with a little chrome on top of builder gel. I do need to wipe around the edges because you've got chrome all over your fingers.
The classic too much yap.
I love this chrome. Yeah, too much yap. I love this chrome. This is the Magpie Anona.
Yes.
Anona. I love Magpie's chromes and I've never seen this one before. And I'm obsessed with it. That is so nice.
Thank you.
They last forever as well, don't they? Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.